the stuff I do with the Artificial Intelligence Select Committee, I work on 4IR, FinTech, etc., nothing I hear causes me to be anything other than rationally optimistic about the future, whilst accepting the challenges, whilst accepting the difficulties, while accepting the frictional elements that we need to deal with in whatever part of society we're in. There's no reason not to be rationally optimistic about the future that's coming. And there's a number of theses I'd like to share with you today. And the first is, I think, to really understand what we're talking about today, we have to really appreciate the everythingness of 4IR. There are many people in Parliament, as in other walks of life, where they think my area of work is defence, home affairs, education, environment, whatever it may be. And there's this other world of technology or digital. Two things are generally used interchangeably. And most people see that world, the digital, the technology, as the same as their areas. So they do defence, someone else does digital, but failing to appreciate the everythingness of 4IR, the pace and the extent. When you look at one element, just AI, never mind if you looked at every single element of the fourth industrial revolution, all of that coming at pace, each element with the potential to be incredibly disruptive, put them all together, what an impact that's going to have. It will make the first industrial revolution look like a kid's tea party by comparison. That took over 100 years to take hold. We're already in the midst of 4IR. Everything and nothing changes. And what doesn't change is the human heart. What do we want? What society do we want to live in? What do we want our organisations to be like? What kind of experience do we want to have both in work, at home, and in every aspect of the human condition? All of that remains the same. So how do we go about navigating our way through this to deliver the public good, to deliver the empowerment and the enablement for individuals in public, private, and social life? The fundamentals remain the same. Leadership. We need fantastic leaders. Technology, 4IR, is not something which, at a governmental or an organisational level, should be parked in the IT department. It shouldn't just be the responsibility of the CIO or the CTO. Technology is too important to be left just to the technologists. And there's much said about predictions. Futurology has got to be the greatest job on the planet. You're never right, but by the time people realise, you're buggered off and you're doing something else. So I'm going to make a few predictions now. No, the point is, it's not about predictions. We don't need to predict. We need to choose. On the evidence we have, and as leaders it's difficult because we need to move forward, making choices on partial evidence, being comfortable to act even when we don't have the full picture, being prepared to start a journey even if we don't know the destination. Over 20 years ago, IBM's computer beat Garry Kasparov. Just a few years ago, DeepMind's AlphaGo beat the Grandmaster at the fabulous Chinese game of Go, which is far more complicated than chess. But even DeepMind, who are a stunning business, a stunning British business, even they say what they created there was just a fabulous machine for playing Go. The sense of the distance that we still have to travel to get to general purpose intelligence is still decades away. But even when that comes, we shouldn't be afraid of it. If we manage it right, if we constantly track back to what are the values, what are the ethics, what do we as humans, as individuals, as collectives, as a society, as a nation, what do we want to do? How do we want to structure this stuff?